All right, guys, welcome back, everyone. Let's see if all these buttons are looking right. All right, according to YouTube, we are live, so that's already a good start. Connection is good. For some reason, my internet just crashed, and that's why I'm starting a little bit late here today. So let's hope that doesn't crash again. Otherwise, we are looking good. Welcome back, everyone. It is good to be back. As you guys know, I took off Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday last week. I had family visiting, obviously Thanksgiving holidays. I don't like trading around holidays regardless. So it's, it feels like I haven't traded in a lifetime, really, is the situation. It's not every month I take 5 days off in a row. Although I think next summer we're going to be taking a little bit more off. I wouldn't mind doing like 2-3 weeks occasionally. Just slower months in general. Unless it's really hot, then I'll pop right back in. Anyway, guys, hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving holiday. We're able to really kick it and relax. I know the momentum has been a little bit wishy-washy, but I'm hopeful that we're still going to get some more momentum leading towards the end of the year. And, if not, that's fine. More time to study, more time to perfect, and keep, improving and being ready for when that Momo comes back. So I'm not worried. Other than that, let's dive into some of the bigger topics that have happened and that are also coming up so we can make sure we're prepared for this week. In terms of my watch list, I was just kind of talking more about what happened, especially with some of my swing trades, which really hasn't changed much, still holding those. And then just, being overall more focused on, my classic trading strategy as we move forward. So I would like to keep putting more and more attention in that, and on the side, just accumulate my swing trade positions so they don't overlap each other too much. Now, I am looking at Tbla a little bit here pre-market. I have yet to do any trades on it. I was saying in the Discord and in the chat room, there's a nice little 5-minute setting up that was right here in this area. It did pull back a little bit lower, but now it's bouncing again. I typically don't trade when the price is below the 9 EMA on the 1 minute, so that's why it wasn't a trade for me, but still was looking good. So I did kind of want to call that one out. Other than this ticker, which actually let's focus on it just a little bit longer. Let's see what's going on in this one, because this is really our main ticker. TALK talk is sub-dollar, and I'm just not so interested in this one. So we have big time resistance right around $3 on this. You got the 180 SMA in that area, which is a big red flag. And we've also had some big support zones originally, and then some retests and some failed breakouts. So I think $3 is a key zone we want to look at. And then again, somewhere in this area around 420, a spot to keep an eye on. And then probably somewhere in this area, we have some interesting price action around 3.5. So $1.50, but also not super clean on that. And you can kind of see that it's quite even here in terms of where we're seeing those big pivot zones. So this is an interactive media company with 250 million shares outstanding and a 455 million market cap. So it's a pretty large company, pretty large shares outstanding. Not my classic go-to ticker, but that's fine. And then, like I said, we also have TALK popping up, but I'm not super interested in this ticker, mainly because of that sub $1 price, and we're trading below VWAP. All things I'm just not such a big fan of. Bigger resistance around $1, right here around 110 as well. And then somewhere in this area, we have a bit of a pivot zone, like 138 or so. Something in this area definitely worth taking note. And a little bit of a floor here that we had a nice dead cat bounce on around 120. So you can see here on the 1 minute chart all these resistance zones that we perfectly tried to break $1 and $1.09, which we ran to, but then we got rejected off of. So far, I don't really see anything tradable besides Tbla, specifically from like 7 to like 7.14 or so, and then it died off. I didn't trade this one. I actually wasn't looking at Tbla at the time. I wasn't even looking at any ticker at the time. Today I kind of started a little bit later than usual. Right now Tbla is, you know, somewhat tradable. We are breaking back above that last former 5-minute candle, so that's actually a good sign. We're still kind of stuck in a range overall, but maybe we'll see some more opportunity on Tbla. I gotta say, I really like the volume on this ticker. The volume's looking really good. Let me actually stand up here because I think I'm ready to do some standing. COSM being called out in the Discord. Also a sub-dollar, but I just don't really see it on this ticker. Volume's okay, but man, I'm trading these sub-dollars is hectic. Morning, JS. Yeah, I agree. Tbla float is high. Also, the market cap is pretty high. It's more of a mid cap. But that's fine. Hopefully we get a little bit more action here. So far it seems like it's going to be a bit of a waiting game. Let's go to the economic calendar and see what this week holds. So obviously the week ends on December 2nd. It's going to be a full trading week. I don't see any distractions coming up. Should get kind of interesting. So this week, JP talks on Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. We also have employment change. That should be kind of interesting. Growth rate, GDP growth rate, that should also be somewhat interesting. So Wednesday, there's a lot of stuff going on. Just keep that in mind. Thursday, personal spending month over month, personal income month over month. Could be kind of interesting. So definitely keep an eye on for that Thursday. And then Friday, unemployment rate comes out. That's going to be pretty big. So I think we'll want to keep an eye on for that. So wow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we have pretty big drops. And that's unusual. Another macro week. I hope not. But it kind of seems like it to some extent. So the month ends on Wednesday as well. So Wednesday is going to be a busy day. Everyone's going to be wrapping up their stats, at least the traders. Maybe be a little bit cautious or more aggressive depending. And then we all that news coming out. For me, day trading, this was a bit of a slower month for me for sure. Our next holiday we just want to keep in mind of is the, let's see here, where is that? Is Christmas Day, December 26th. The markets are going to be closed. So I'll probably be taking just like a little bit of foreshadowing here. I'll probably be taking, I don't know if I'll take that Friday off or not. Maybe. Could be. And then also I might end up I'm not sure if I'll take the Tuesday off. I'm not sure. Could be. It really depends. I'll let you guys know more coming up. But that's the next holiday. That's the last holiday this year. COSM actually held here. Now it's kind of still continuing that front side. So ticker's on a front side until it's proven not to be. Always good to remember. Have you guys been watching FIFA for US? The US has been really good. I was actually shocked. I don't remember seeing the US play really that good ever. So I could see why sports bars are going crazy right now. Let's see, NASDAQ year to date. Down 28% at 11.2 thousand. S&P down 15% year to date, down 4,000. Dow Jones down 5.5%, down 34,000. Crazy how good the Dow has been doing overall. The NASDAQ really seems to be stabilizing here, down like 30% or so. I feel like if it's ever down over 30%, it seems to be a good buy. There is a lot of protests going on in China. And what I actually find really interesting is these white papers. So they're just holding up paper, and that's because they don't want to put anything on the paper because there's a lack of freedom of speech in China. So the paper is the protest. And they're protesting a lot of these restrictions going on in China, which are, arguably, and I believe they are, doing more damage than good. The good, I think, is very debatable, if there even is any. In China, you can be put in prison if you're heard criticizing President Jinping. The zero COVID policies are definitely the trigger right now. Here, held the sheets of white blank paper to symbolize Chinese censorship of content. Worst political crisis for Beijing since 1989. So what sparked these protests? They were instigated by a fire that killed 10 people in an apartment block in the city of Urumqi. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Many people have claimed that COVID lockdown measures hampered rescue efforts, contributing to the tragedy. Yeah, so the ball's in Chinese government court right now. COVID cases in China hit a record for a fourth straight day on Saturday. Toward the headlines, see here. Ahead of a team's Tuesday match against Iran, the U.S. Soccer Federation briefly displayed the Iranian flag on social media without the emblem of the Islamic Republic. It was intentional. The post aimed to show the organization's support for women in Iran fighting for basic human rights. An angry Iranian Soccer Federation urged FIFA to expel the U.S. from the World Cup since it had disrespected the country's flag. Oh, wow. Man, this has been a very controversial FIFA, without any questions. Have you guys seen the FIFA Uncovered on Netflix, the documentary? Definitely doesn't help FIFA's cause at all. Disney's struggling on all fronts, it feels like, huh? Animation, movies keep bombing. Let's see if Bob Iger in a few months, if we have some more positive news coming out. But I think it'll probably take longer to switch it. And any changes you do make as CEO will even take probably longer to see it in the bottom line. Unless you do something really drastic, like, fire employees or something. This is such a good intro. Like your birthday and the Oscars, Black Friday is an event people are less hyped about every year that passes. Disaster. Still, the shopping extravaganza can reveal important insights about consumer behavior, especially in this era of soaring inflation. So let's see what we learned. E-commerce spending stayed strong. Americans spent $9.12 billion shopping online on Black Friday, a 2.3% increase from last year and a new record high per Adobe Analytics. Is that free, Adobe Analytics? I gotta check that out. Take that number with a grain of salt, since inflation is running at nearly 8% and help drive overall spending totals higher. That makes a lot of sense. Everyone needs, or at least wants, new gadgets. Electronics purchased jumped 221% on Black Friday compared to an average October day. Gaming toys and excessive equipment purchases were also very popular. Yeah, that makes sense. I usually buy a lot of electronics. Like if I need new electronics, I'm buying it on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Typically. But I feel like I've noticed the discounts have been getting kind of worse and worse myself. So I don't think it's that important. If I need a new laptop or something, I'll just pretty much buy it. For phones accounted for a record of 48% of all Black Friday online purchases. That's crazy. So if the U.S. beats Iran on Tuesday, they'll advance to the knockout round. I think it's absolutely crazy how well the U.S. has been doing. Let's see, jobs report incoming. The November jobs report will drop on Friday, and it's expected to show the second straight monthly deceleration in the U.S. employment growth. This is what we were talking about earlier here. Let me just pull it up again because I think it is quite good to just constantly have this one up front and center. So this is on Friday. The unemployment rate comes out at 8:30. So that's going to be very, very important to probably not be in any trades if you don't trade news before that. Still, the economy is projected to add 200,000 jobs last month, which would indicate a still healthy labor market and keep the Fed on its rate hiking path. Twitter verification. We'll go live on Friday. Individuals, blue checks, companies, gold checks, and government accounts, gray checks. SBF is going to be at the New York Times Deal Book Conference on Wednesday. I think this is going to be ridiculous. I can't believe he's not even in jail right now, but we'll see. Congress returns from Thanksgiving holiday. The period after an election and before a new Congress gets sworn is known as the lame duck session. I feel like all sessions are a bit lame duck. The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree will be lit on Wednesday. It has 50,000 lights and is crowned with a star decorated with 3 million Swarovski crystals. Sounds like something that could be interesting. We got TALK kind of crawling back up here. Still very light volume, but depending if you're a sub-dollar trader, could be kind of interesting to keep an eye on. Amazon's Alexa is a massive flop. The unit that houses the AI assistant posted an operating loss of more than $3 billion. Oh my God. In the first quarter. Company is on pace to lose $10 billion this year on Alexa and its devices. Difficult to monetize. Hey, did you guys see how the Japanese men's soccer, the fans were cleaning up the stadium after they left? That was pretty interesting. I wonder if that's the only country that does that. Biden administration allowed Chevron to resume oil production in Venezuela nearly 3 years after the U.S. banned all drilling activities in the country. Former President Trump dined with rapper Ye and promoted white nationalist Nick Fuentes at his Mar-a-Lago residence, drawing criticism from some fellow Republicans. It seems like Trump is just a curse to the Republican Party at this point. I don't know, I might be wrong, but that's definitely the vibe I'm getting. One sec. Oh man, 2 people are rescued from a plane that crashed in Maryland's transition tower. That's pretty reckless. This looks hectic. Man, this FIFA really seems to be creating more problems than it's solving. Look at this. BBBY now at 45% short interest. That is insane. And then Carvana and then BYND at 42%. Guys, these are some huge names. It almost feels too high of a short interest on some of these tickers. BYND now down 1272 pre-market. They're down at 1240. Just so crazy. BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond, is now down at 320. Kind of really feels like there's a bit of a bottom in here, but I have no idea. I would have to do some more research on a company like BBBY. But it could be a good swing trade. Looking for some sort of squeeze. Debt is not well covered by cash flow and shareholders being diluted, so that's never a good sign. Yeah, you could kind of see that right here pretty well. Let's go to a weekly. Yeah, there's definitely dilution going on. Nvidia up quite a bit here in the last 7 days. Wow, yeah, huge move on NVDA. And also look at this just overall. So it's up 50% and a really nice pullback here. Maybe it's going to break over that 180 SMA. Still, things are pretty slow overall. Morning, Peter. Morning, Chandler. My CS popped up momentarily. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in a few minutes or a bit longer, depending on the action. If a ticker pops up, I'll come back right away. But need to run for a second. All right, so we're actually getting some movement on KTRA, and this could be an interesting setup. Right now, it already had that bounce off of the 9 EMA, and the 5 minutes crawling to the back, so I'm not so interested in trading it just yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. Looks like this ticker must have had a reverse split or something. Our price lines are totally off. Big resistance around 16, but we're far away from that at the moment. Roughly a $5 stock right here. We have more resistance right around this zone here at around 12.8. Some support and resistance around 10. Key zone around 7. Failed breakout around 7.5. 4.5, some resistance as well. KTRA really needs more volume for there to be some interest in continuation. At the moment, it's not really speaking to me. So we'll see. So far, no trades yet for me this pre-market. Still waiting for a good setup. It's surprisingly slow out here, and we already went through the news, so I was expecting maybe a little bit more action coming up. Solana back at 18, but it did have a really strong bounce. Let's keep an eye on Bitcoin for now. JS calling out SPCB. Just doesn't have enough volume to get that interesting on it. PDD also popping up. We haven't talked about this one. It's a little bit over our typical price range, but it's holding over VWAP, so it doesn't look too bad. And on the daily, it actually has some pretty big moves here that are in some major zones. So that pop back above 70 is quite significant, and we have a major resistance right around 98 or so. So maybe we will have a little bit of action. Obviously, there's some significant pivot zones. I would probably say around the 5s and the 10s, so 75, 80, so on and so forth. But decent volume on this one, actually. Very decent volume. David's calling out PDD, so that's why it popped up on my radar. I'll just keep a look on it. Very slow pre-market here. Just really not jumping in on anything, trying to ease into the week. No need to get too excited. I think if I wasn't streaming, I'd even consider getting some shut-eye in, which sometimes I do as well, but kind of want to just be observant right now. Maybe we will get that opportunity. I'm looking at KTRA. Just want to keep an eye on this one. It is popping back up with some decent volume. Back on a little bit of a front side here. Still kind of ranging overall. But this 5 minute is on a new front side, so that's looking kind of good. Tbla also finding some newfound support. So let's keep an eye on this. Maybe we'll get a rip over 550. And then go from there. Let's actually map this zone out right around here, like 5 to 8, even $6. There's definitely a big ceiling right there in that area. Then Tbla trying as well. Little 5 minute breakout. Volume's been pretty nasty on this ticker, but maybe we're going to start getting pushes here as we approach 9 a.m. Things could get a little bit more interesting. Still very slow action though. Got to refrain from getting too excited in this market. Radio says KTRA caught my eye too. Yeah, there was some potential on it, but feels like it faded very quickly. The volume kind of pulled back again. I feel like every time I see something, it just tends to die off really fast. Maybe we'll get that 9 a.m. push, something around 9:15 even. Otherwise, we'll wait for the market open and then go from there. Tbla is crawling back up again as well. Lighter volume than you'd hope for, but at the same time, I mean, there's a solid little pop here. $8.54. Let's see what we get. Morning, Jim. Oh. So the SPY's down today 0.76%. That's not a small amount. Still hoping that we're going to get a little bit more momentum. Tbla is kind of on the right track, KTRA as well. It seems like every time there's a ticker, there's always a sympathy ticker with a very similar name, like KTRA, Tbla. It's weird. So every day it's like that. Whatever the second ticker is, it's very similar. The company might be totally different, but the ticker seems to always be the same. That's probably just pure coincidence, just because like the way letters sound. I don't know. It's a bit random. On the 5-minute, KTRA doesn't look too shabby, and also even on the 1 minute, it kind of seems like a flat top potential breakout. Yeah, Rekio, exactly. COSM and COMS. I don't know what it is, but I swear it's like that. Remember, if you're trading and a ticker's still in the range, you typically want to size up early and take profits quick and avoid trying to buy breakouts. Yes, KTRA is kind of a perfect example of that. You can see if you were buying that breakout, you would have all of a sudden got stuck down 3-4% right now, as opposed to buying early and looking to sell into any sort of high range move. $8.58. Still very slow. AXSM popping up, but really doesn't look too interesting. Tbla keeps crawling up. It's a bit of a grinder at this point. Don't forget, guys, we're going to be doing the survey today live, or the raffle today live. We're going to be giving away a big prize for Cyber Monday today. So if you haven't done so already and you want to join the raffle, check it out here. Just go to your dashboard on Trade Journal. You'll see the link right here and fill out the quick survey. Don't forget to use a different number for each one of these 5 questions right here. And then you'll join the raffle, and we'll do it probably around like 10, 10:15, 10:30 latest today on the stream. And if you win, right here you get a lifetime upgrade to TradeJournal.co. I think this is going to be our biggest giveaway ever, and I'm not sure if we're going to do this again. So definitely join the raffle if you haven't done so already. That should be a fun giveaway. So if you do win, I'm only going to be showing the first 3 letters of the email you signed up with, and that's it. And then I will be emailing you that you won. So if you're not on the stream, you'll still get an email. And if nobody claims it, we'll probably go ahead and do it again later on in the week. So yeah, Steve's wondering one of the results. So the 10 to like 10:15, maybe 10:30 latest, we'll do it. So if you're not here, don't worry, I'll email you. So check your email. And that's pretty much all there is to that. Yeah, it's a real snoozer this morning, huh? Still scanning for some opportunities. I just don't see any. It's probably time to put on the lights. Getting dark over here in Berlin. Tbla could be a good just continuous crawl if you size into it, but it's not really my trading strategy. But right now it's a little bit of a setup here on the 5-minute, a little bit of scalp pattern. Again, not really something I'm super crazy about, but just, you know, in general in the 5-minute, kind of interesting. Would really like to see something pick up with a little bit more Momo. Dang, 918, we didn't get any sort of push. AXSM moving a little bit here. It is a fairly large company or price. Let's see, the market cap is 2.5 billion. So yeah, also a large company. Bit of a grinder, front side grind, but still up 8%. Pretty crazy for this kind of ticker. Really not my go-to kind of setup, but tough. Very slow stuff out here. Nice breakout there. Tbla pulling back, initial pullback here. We're on a new breakout. Watching here at 305. Gonna go long at 306. Possible continuation. We have a real nice confirmed breakout here. Never know if it's gonna hold. Possible cut. Doing small size for now. First trade. Let's see this. Ideally break over 310. I bought pretty high. Cutting, stopping out there. We're below on the 5 minutes, not a good sign. Let's see if we can get back above 306. It's no longer in play for me if the 5 minutes below that former 5-minute candle. Otherwise, typically this would be a really good retest entry here. And look for that continuation back above 306. Jumping in at 307. Nope, didn't get filled. I'm not going to really chase it. Could continue breaking over 309. I'm watching. Jumping in there at 309. Let's see if we can get that possible break back over 310. Still a lot of resistance on this one. So buying a little bit high there. Still using small size since I'm not green on the day yet. Stopping out there. Just not really getting that push I was waiting for. 921. Ticker's kind of coming alive here a little bit. At least the spread is tight. You get in and out, it's fairly fast. Volume is really spiking here around 400,000. That's a really good sign. Look at that quick pullback. It's a little bit of an awkward ticker, I'm not gonna lie. Looking for that move back above 310. Still very strong as that 5 minutes crawling higher. We got a quick pullback there, but it didn't last very long. Jumping in at 307. Didn't get my fill. Still a big sell order there at 309. Looking for that move back above 310. Jumping in at 309. Looking for that break over 310. Jumping in here at 310. It's very weird price action we just saw. I'm just going to stop out of that. I'm not sure what happened just now. It just popped up and gave it right back again. It's kind of annoying price action, I'm not going to lie. Don't like to see those quick blow off tops like that. Very weird. Be right back. Back. Possible trade off that 90 EMA that we're seeing now. I'm just not in love with this ticker. Based on what we're seeing right now in the price action. 4 more minutes till the market opens. Well, this could be a bit more interesting now. It's nice to see Tbla doing something. So at least we'll have a ticker here for the market open. That's a good sign. We have one clear lead gapper. That's also a really good sign. Let's see it. $3.17 more minutes. Let's say 9:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, almost 9:27. So we got roughly 3 minutes before the market opens. I'll be watching Tbla, most of my focus on this one for sure. So far, good 5 minute setup coming up around $3, 305, 308. There's no reason this shouldn't have continuation from here. I really like the volume profile on this one. We're over major 180 SMA resistance on the daily. So I would like to see this thing run to 350 at least. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. 5 minute, pretty nice overall cup and handle potential right here, first there. So let's see it. Nice big breakout there of 3 with volume. That's what we want to see. So let's see if we can get some continuation here on Tbla. 2.5 minutes before the market opens. Other than that, TALK, maybe KTRA, I don't know. Both of them are, very, very far below VWAP, so they're just not that interesting for me. Overall, the SPY is going to open red, down 0.8%, so maybe large caps aren't going to be that interesting today. Today and tomorrow could really be a small cap day, so this could be exciting. And then Wednesday, we just got the Fed talking. Thursday, we got stuff. I think Friday's unemployment. So it's just going to be a lot of macro stuff the second half of the week. Sure is a little chilly in here. $15 more seconds. Remember, guys, trade the best. Forget the rest. Or leave it. Just leave it. You might be looking at it, but leave it alone. Unless it's your strategy. It's not my strategy, though. Nice bounce there off a 3 on Tbla. 30 more seconds. I'm going to switch to time of force day. 1,500 shares ready to go. Nothing too big. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, guys. MACD stacking, which is a good sign overall. You can see here on the daily, we have to just have that massive support around $3. 5 minute looks pretty good overall. Huge amount of volume in that first minute. Breaking higher. Good to see that. Huge breakout there. Watching. Wow, quick pullback there. I'm not crazy about that doji. Big 2 million green volume though so far. 5 minute looks like a bit of a failed breakout with that shooting star. 10 more seconds in this candle. A little indecision coming up. Five-minute doji or 5 minute shooting star, not great. That's almost a 10% move from top to bottom. KTRA trying to break VWAP could be interesting to watch. Big support on KTRA. A little sketchy here. Doesn't seem to hold this so well, this ticker. Very wicky, very, very wicky. Talk has been just selling off. Just gonna give it a little bit. Let some of this excitement wear off maybe a bit. Seems like the tickers are a little bit crazy right now. I need to like sit on my hands so I avoid trading and also so they freaking warm up. Whoo! I think it's because my office is really close to this window. I think that's what it is. I think that's the problem. Tbla, it could start seeing support come in. Overall, the volume looks really good. Everything I like about a ticker. Look at that volume it's seeing today, just absolutely crazy. Big deal. Yahoo and Tbla. I love those kind of large company deal catalysts. KTRA is really not looking too exciting. Big flush there on that one. SPY holding up nicely over 400. that's going for Tbla now. Could be a good setup, or it could be a good risk reward buy, and looking for that reversal. I just typically don't trade reversals anymore. Wasn't my best strategy. Good reminder from Triad Trading that Tbla is easy to borrow. If you don't know what that means, especially on TD Ameritrade, easy to borrow means you can find shares easily to short. So anyone can really short this. Usually that's pretty rare for a ticker, especially on TD Ameritrade. So this ticker has extra squeeze potential. So thanks, Tom. Good reminder. Ticker seems to be holding in here pretty good. KTRA actually popped up quite aggressively. If VWAP holds here on Tbla, it could actually be a really good entry. $295 got chipped, but it looks like buyers are coming right back in, jumping in. Small size, looking for that possible move back above 3. Very small size here. I like the fact that we broke 296 and then we actually held right again. Very small size though. Cut. I was looking for that break back over 3. Didn't get it. It's a bit of a ranging trade here, bit backside as well. So could have walked away with a little bit of profit, but I was looking for that quick bounce back up. Dbgi got called out from dots as a halt. This actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I'll probably remove talk from my list. Dbgi. Disciplined day trader says there's a lot of opportunity. All right. We finally got a ticker here. Dbgi. This one could be interesting. Recently got halted at 36.18. It's going to open up at 41.18 most likely. Let's see some freaking momentum come back into this. Uh-oh, look at Tbla actually ended up holding. This one could be back on our radar as well. Woo, my stomach is growling. If you guys know, or as you guys know, today's my fasting day, so a little bit hungry for sure. SPY crawling back over 400. Tbla holding pretty nicely. 2 more minutes for Dbgi to open up. Hammer candle on Tbla. Ticker's definitely worth watching here. Back at 96, finding some support roughly at 95. Long at 95. Let's see if this zone holds at all. Looking for that move back towards 3. Another 20 seconds in this minute. Long Tbla. So some bits stacking here nicely, but it's not really moving the ask at all. New minute popping up. Still looking for that possible move over 3. I'm not sure if we're going to get it. Watching Dbgi on my second screen. Nice open there, gapped higher. Very aggressive ticker. Dbgi, nice move there. Long Tbla, looking for that move back to 3, but not getting as much momentum on this one as I was hoping for. Taking some profit off the table. Small win on Tbla. Got the move I was looking for. Although I sold before the break of 3, that's really what I was looking for. Just not sure if we're going to get it. Dbgi, nice. So it opened up here, popped higher, started pulling back. We got, you know, good upside potential still on this one. A lot of resistance around 9, but if we break 9, we might be in a little bit of a, not necessarily blue skies, but good potential here for another big run. Tbla back at 301. Interesting stuff we're seeing right now. Five-minute coming up in a minute and a half. Dbgi still is very strong. Possible VWAP support. There's initial retest. And you can see there's a bit of a bid coming in. 390 held. Yeah, it's slowly breaking. VWAP getting chipped slightly here. Seeing if I can get a lower entry around VWAP on this one as the volume came right back again. That's a good sign. Small size, very small size on this one. I will stop out if we continue selling off. Looking for that pitch back higher here, back over 8. See if we can get a little bit of momentum on this one. I'm not sure if we're going to break that to a new high, so I have a sell limit order in place. Tbla back at 306. Could be a good average right here, but I don't want to average into this kind of ticker. Possible move. I'm looking for that move back over 8. I'm just not sure. 780. So small win there, small size, nothing crazy. Not the easiest ticker for me to trade. I'm not a fan of that massive spread. A little tricky for me, so I'm not jumping into this one too crazy. Yeah, possible move back over 8 on Dbgi, but I think I would take profits quickly here. I don't think I would look for a continuation. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's going to actually have a huge rip over 8.5. I just I don't have a good read on this ticker. Felt a little sketched out trading it. Try trading very optimistic on Dbgi. So far tickers are dying off a little bit. It's only 9:47 a.m. Eastern. No real wins on my end, just a couple scratch trades so far. Wondering if we're going to call it soon. I wonder if I'm going to get some more opportunities today. Could be good. Could still see some really good stuff. Dbgi is not looking super healthy. I don't like the fact that the volume on Dbgi pretty much disappeared. That's got me a little bit on edge. Otherwise, Tbla might give us some more opportunity. I mean, Dbgi could give us some more opportunity too, but volume's fading on both these tickers. But as long as they do hold over VWAP, I'm still kind of interested in trading them. Come on, guys. Let's pump these tickers somehow. So slow. All right, KTRA, actually, believe it or not, is coming back. But it's stuck below VWAP, and I'm not super optimistic it's going to break above VWAP. Not to mention, if you look at the daily, look at this. Last time it came into these zones, it sold off. Today, we're popping higher. I wouldn't be surprised if we had another big sell-off on KTRA. This might even be a good ticker to short. TD Ameritrade, you can't trade short it, though. No shares available. The classic problem. Game assistant says feels like the market's still on vacation. It definitely does. It definitely does. Maybe Tbla is gonna find support here, but again, the volume doesn't look so good for me. KTRA is flushing here at 468, down at 45 already. Dbgi is still holding roughly at 75, but nope, there it goes. They're literally just flushed. Talk being called out that it's back above VWAP. It is looking a little bit tough though in this area, but hey, it's really the only ticker that is moving right now, so it still feels like it's overall in a backside trend. A lot of resistance here. Ooh. So far a bit unfortunate. KTRA is actually popping back above VWAP. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised here. Tried saying that it might red to green. It is officially red to green on the day, but it's gotta really hold. It's right there on the line. Jack saying if I get on the TDA, which I guess is a TD Ameritrade hard to borrow program, additional stocks are available to short. I can short KTRA now on TDA with the program. Oh, nice. That's good to know. Where do you sign up to that program? Is it just in the TD Ameritrade in your portfolio settings somewhere? Or your account settings, and you could apply for it like you can apply for margin, or Is there something else? It's good to know though. KTRA still struggling here. Dbgi actually had a pretty solid bounce, but it never really got back above 3.5, and then ideally VWAP, and now it's dying with volume, so it doesn't look so interesting. Jack says, I had to actually call the broker by phone. That's a really good point. Okay, so thanks for letting me know. I'll probably call TD Ameritrade, honestly. I don't short that much, but there are certain situations. I think like KTRA, I would be kind of interested in shorting it. But yeah, thanks for the heads up. And typically, guys, just calling your broker like once a quarter is just not a bad idea. Just like ask questions like, can I get my fees reduced? Are there any programs I could join? Is there anything like, you know, XYZ? Tell them about some issues. You'll be surprised what the support will tell you and what they can sometimes do for you. So always a good rule of thumb / best practice to call your broker and just start asking random questions, see what you can get out of them. I know it's always a lot of work, especially with my time zone, but it's nice to be able to do. It's important to do, not nice to be able to do. It's important to do. I don't see anything worth trading, guys, at the moment. Yeah, Regio, definitely do that. If they notice you're an active trader, they'll probably reduce it. Reduce your fees. I got my options fees reduced on TD Ameritrade, but not by a lot. I think if I build up a little bit more history, I'll get those reduced even more. Still slow. All right, guys, we're about to probably in the next 15 minutes or so do the raffle. So if you want to join the raffle, don't forget, just go to tradejournal.co, go to your dashboard and fill out the survey right here, and you will join the raffle. So complete survey for entry into the raffle. That's all you got to do. Very, very simple. Tbla. AXSM, look at this, just grinder, just healthy front side momentum. Good to see that, but it's a grinder for sure. Dbgi back in play. Still have a ranging ticker though, so be careful. Maybe we will get that push to 850. Uh-oh, KTRA just totally dumped. Same with Tbla. Ranging pullback here. Be careful buying high. It seems like Dbgi is really the only ticker worth trading at the moment, though. Volume came back really nice. The pullbacks on DGBI are just really heavy, so we've got some 7% moves that are just kind of aggressive. $16 all the way down here to $7.80. 40 cents a share. That's like a 5% move roughly there. I'm not really sold on it. Actually looks very healthy right here, but I don't know, for some reason I'm a little geeked out about this ticker. It just kind of feels a little risky. Keeping me at bay. Only 1 million shares outstanding, very small. Two more minutes in this 5-minute candle. Technically, it's on a pretty healthy little front side move here. Should continue crawling up. Good potential for a break over 8.5. Remember, we do have a big top there. Wow. Quick pullback. Looking to get a small size in here, probably around 8, somewhere around 8.5. Holding this bounce pretty okay. Removing limit order for now. Let's see how this pullback holds here. We're still in a front side trend though. 8 held. Bid coming back here onto this one, stacking a bit. It's not the cleanest ticker, so I'm a little bit on edge with it. I'm back at 8:03. All right, new 5 minutes starting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got bigger support right around here at 7.9. But for now, it's still on a front side trend. You can't deny that. Can't discount that. So it could keep ripping over 8.5 right now. Here we go. It's I don't feel comfortable trading Dbgi so much. Maybe it's because of micro float. I'm not really sure, but for some reason I'm hesitating around it. Technically, this setup is pretty okay. A bit of a grinder. I think I would be taking a lot of paper cuts right now if I was trading Dbgi. I think that's why I'm so hesitant about getting more aggressive on it right now. Quick pullback to VWAP. Actually held VWAP really nicely. Let's see how well it holds the second attempt here to break below VWAP. If the first 30 seconds hold, could be a good small entry. So there it goes. It actually came right back. See if we get a low entry here. Got an entry at 74. Small position size, very small position size. Looking for that pop back above 8. Let's see if we can get that move. Still looks like it's struggling a bit. Taking some profits off the table, possible re-entry. Still on a little bit of a backside, this ticker, so just giving it a little bit of time. Sold at 85, entered at 74. Still volume on this ticker. It's also like pretty much the only ticker to be trading right now. It would have been nice to size up a little bit more on that one, but it wasn't a really good quality setup. Thanks, Regio. I don't know, guys. So I'm up $185 my day trading account. Nothing really too interesting. So far, a bit of a scratch day. I mean, technically it's a green day. I never sized up, so it kind of feels like a scratch based on my position size. But yeah, I mean, technically it's a green day. We'll dive into the stats really quickly near the end. For some reason, my trades aren't showing up on TD Ameritrade at all. Usually I can get them to show up by switching accounts, but it seems like today they're really just not wanting to show up. So I have my show trade selected, but it's not doing anything. They're actually showing up on my second screen. Tbla unfortunately totally died off, so we were right to hold off on this one. It did feel a little bit sketchy. I think really the best time to trade was like from 7 to 7:15, but I was not watching the ticker at that time. We just kind of got limited opportunities to really edge into stuff today. I mean, technically you could have made a bid with Dbgi, but I didn't really feel right getting aggressive on that one out of the hold. Not to mention I was in a trade on Tbla at the time, so there's also a bit of that. And Tbla is coming back a little bit. Nice, game the system, one and done. That's always nice. See if I can get my trades to show on Dbgi. Doesn't really feel like it. Well, for now, I'll take a picture without having my trades showing. So there was some support just now. Look at that. 5 minute came on 7.5, big time support. Maybe it's going to give us another opportunity to trade it. You know, looking back, that move right back over VWAP and that pullback, I should have traded that one. I don't know why I didn't. So yeah, at the moment I'm up 180. I'm actually up 185, but $1.76 in fees. Winning ratio today at 57%, not too bad, but it's below average. But I did maintain. I was able to really keep most of my profits with a 1 to 5 risk reward on dollar and a 1 to 3 risk reward on percent. So that was actually pretty good. But as you see here, I never sized up. Only did $4,000 my average position size. So never really got aggressive. I'm not in love with the tickers I'm seeing today. I was really excited to edge into things a little bit harder, but like I said, you know, I didn't really see anything to really want to get super aggressive on. If you haven't voted yet or submitted your survey, this is your last chance to join the raffle. We're gonna kind of get started here in a second. So I'm going to use this app called commentpicker.com. I think my brother used this before on one of his raffles. But basically, I'm going to add the list of names here. We got 20 people that submitted. And these are the first 3 letters of your email address. And I have everyone in the list, so I know who's who. So if you get selected, I'll go ahead and email you. But most likely you guys are probably going to recognize your email as well. So let's see here. What we'll do is say start, and we'll pick a random name. I'll do this in 2 minutes. I'll check one more time if there's any more surveys. So at 10:20, we'll get ready to vote, unless I'm in a trade. Get ready to do the raffle. Regu, I see the tickers are calling out. Let's see, MANU. It's actually not too bad. Bit of a grinder, but back above VWAP, it was kind of interesting. Now it really doesn't look so interesting anymore. It's had a really strong run, so it's quite extended on the daily. NBRV. Yeah, quick pop and then failed. Not too interesting. Dbgi looks like it's really trying. Good luck to anyone that's trading it. Unfortunately, we're getting divergence on the MACD. We're also getting divergence on the price volume. So the higher the price goes, the lower the volume. That's never a good sign. And the higher the price goes, the more where there's divergence on the MACD, lower mountains. So that's never a good sign either. Big time resistance around $9. Maybe we're gonna get that break over 8.5. I could see that, but maybe it's just not gonna hold. So it's gonna break 8.5 and then flush right back down again. I don't know. I'm not super optimistic. Technically, this is a flat top breakout setup, so this doesn't look too shabby. But just knowing this market makes me a little bit nervous. No, Regio, Dbgi there's none to borrow on TD Ameritrade. I think it was KTRA that was easy to borrow, if I'm not mistaken. No, KTRA is hard to borrow, at least it is now. Tbla, this one's easy to borrow. So maybe if it finds support at one point, it's going to have a really strong dead cat bounce. Or maybe it's not going to be a dead cat bounce, but there could be some good volume coming in on this one at one point. Maybe today it already squeezed, who knows? Maybe this was the squeeze. All right, let's go ahead and do the raffle here. All right, so it's very quick and simple. It's actually like really, really simple. So it's gonna be over before it begins, which is kind of sad because this is a big giveaway here. Somebody's gonna get a lifetime access to Trade Journal, our fast track program. There is gonna be another way for you guys to get access to fast track if you guys are interested. And we are working on our referral program. And this is going to be, if you refer an X amount of people to Trade Journal, you will have the potential to get a lifetime access as well. So there's going to be another way. So if you are interested in our fast track program, which basically helps you become the most profitable version of yourself as a trader by constantly giving personalized feedback based on your trading analytics and your level as a trader. So those will just automatically be happening. We're building out a back end, half AI, half manual for now, and it's just constantly going to give you feedback of what to look for. So you should always know your next step as a trader. So that's what the fast track is all about. So let's go ahead. Here are all of the people that did the survey. We got 20 people. Let me go ahead and say pick a random name, and here we go. Oh! HIT. If that looks like your email address, you just won lifetime access to fast track on Trade Journal. Congratulations. Woo! Dang, you are a lucky one. I'm not gonna lie. Very, very lucky. So what I'll do is I'll email you HIT, whoever you are, and send a reminder. If you don't claim it within, let's make a deal here. If you don't claim it by Wednesday, or should we do Friday? Should we do Wednesday or Friday? Let's do, if you don't claim it by Wednesday, we'll do another raffle. And then if that person doesn't claim it by Friday, we'll do another raffle. I really don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. So HIT, there we go. Thanks, guys, for filling out the survey. Everyone has helped, made Trade Journal a better platform for everyone, so everyone wins in that regard. And Trade Journal will always be a free trading journal first and foremost for everybody. Yeah, Tbla is not bad to keep on the radar. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some crazy stuff with this one, maybe tomorrow. So let's hopefully we get a little bit more action coming up here in the next few days. at least for starting the week green, if you just go to my calendar on my day trading momentum portfolio, you can kind of see here that, whoop, let's scroll down a little bit. Let me zoom in. That, you know, we took the last 3 days off. Today's really my first green day in a while. We had a really nasty week right here, just one red day after another. It was exhausting. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit distracted overall with my swing trading, so that threw me off a little bit. But yeah, here you see it, everything that, yeah, November was a pretty slow month for me for day trading, small caps. I was mostly doing swing trading and options. So actually November was a pretty good month in that regard. Otherwise, let's see here what my running P&L look like today. So today was actually not a bad day based on my running P&L. It looks like one of those classic, really nice days where you can just keep edging into the market. What this doesn't show is the fact that the opportunities were just very limited, and that's why I never sized up. But technically, I was in a good flow today. I was making the right kind of trades. I wasn't, having one of those days where with every trade I'm losing more and more money. So today, if there was opportunity, I really, really could have been edging into things a little bit more, but unfortunately that just wasn't the case. Yeah, Regio, that's exactly what it is. It's really hard for me to do both. So my swing trading strategy, I'm trying to make it a little bit more hands-off. I don't want to be looking at it too much. I don't want to be, fidgeting with it. So more hands-off, the better. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it for today. Nice little start to the week. Not like any big profits, but at least it's green. Let's hope we can start sizing a little bit more again soon. I'm ready for it. Like always, guys, I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.